Elden Ring's spin-off Nightreign has hit us hard like a shield bash to the face, but do you think that's a good thing or not? The fans have been left divided, with most unimpressed with FromSoftware's latest release. With the negative reviews starting to pile up on Steam, can the upcoming patch fix the issues and get the fans back on board? Or is this game just too wild to tame? Nightreign isn't your typical FromSoftware adventure. It's a roguelike, multiplayer boss rush with a Fortnite-style Ring of Fire and randomized loot that's got Steam reviews split down the middle. Playing solo tends to end up with you getting crushed, and even squads are struggling to keep up with the relentless pace. But there's a glimmer of hope, with patch 1.02 planned to release next week to give lone wolves a fighting chance. In this video, I'll be taking a look into why Nightreign feels so different from past releases, how its 3-player design is sparking fights instead of friendships, and whether FromSoftware can recover this game before they need to write it off as a regrettable entry into an otherwise beloved series. So, from the brutal solo player grind to the community's mixed opinions, I hope to give you everything you need to know about Nightreign and what should have been a fantastic launch. Let's start with what exactly Nightreign is. Elden Ring Nightreign is FromSoftware's latest game and its biggest swing since Sekiro. It's got players buzzing, some for better and some for worse, but everyone is currently talking about it. Nightreign is not just another Soulslike game. It's a mashup of Elden Ring's combat system with some roguelike randomness added in and a sprinkle of battle royale just for kicks. Now that's quite the combination of genres right off the bat, and it comes with some concerns. With the biggest being that if you loved Elden Ring for its slow, strategic exploration or those triumphant solo victories over Melina, Nightreign might feel like a bit of a slap in the face and not quite what you're after. It's a game designed for 3 players, and going solo you can really feel it. This has split the community, with some loving the crazy intense boss fights, while others on places like Reddit are raging about the lack of a duo mode or how the game punishes you for playing alone. But it's okay, FromSoftware has heard the cries and has already responded with a patch, which can only be a good sign, right? For us fans, think of this as a kind of a test as to whether or not the FromSoftware team can stretch their winning formula without breaking the games we love. So Nightreign has been made to be played in a squad of 3. Trouble is, it's not exactly creating the type of happy-go-lucky feelings playing with your mates should. Unlike in Elden Ring, where you could summon a random tarnish to help you defeat a boss and feel that unspoken bond of friendship, Nightreign's 45-minute matches demand constant coordination and attention. Problem is, unless you're using external tools like Discord, there's no voice chat, no text chat, just a ping system for pointing at stuff and hoping for the best. In Dark Souls, that would be fine. You can show up, smack the boss about a bit, and then jog on, no worries. But in Nightreign, you're potentially stuck with 2 strangers for nearly an hour, and every second counts. Then there's the Ring of Fire, which if you're a fan of battle royale games like PUBG or Fortnite, you're gonna recognize straight away. The ring is always closing in, forcing you to sprint across the map, grab your loot and fight bosses before the flames eat you alive. You've got 2 sprint buttons, regular and super speed, because a peaceful jolly across the land just isn't an option this time. This does, however, give you a great opportunity to yell at your screen at that teammate who's stopped to read loot descriptions while the firewalls close in around them. And then there's the revive system. It's certainly not what I expected. You have to attack your recently downed teammate to bring them back, which can honestly be kind of funny if you're annoyed that they got kicked out for a silly reason. Jokes aside though, long term, this setup doesn't spark teamwork, it just breeds frustration, and that's not exactly the feeling you want for a challenging game that's meant to be played together. So let's talk about going solo. Going solo in Nightreign is like signing up for a boss fight with one hand tied behind your back. It's nice that FromSoftware included a single player mode, it's just a shame that they forgot to balance the game for it. Sure, enemy health is slightly lower when you're solo, but the game needs a little more than that to feel properly balanced. In Elden Ring, solo play was fun and rewarding. You could study a boss's moves, grind for the perfect weapon and retry from a nearby site of grace until you got it right and nailed it perfectly. Nightreign does not do this. Nightreign laughs at this. Everything's random, bosses, loot, even your odds of survival. Say you're fighting a Night Lord boss. In Elden Ring, if you know the boss is weak to say fire, you could go and farm a flame sword. But in Nightreign, you're stuck with whatever gear you grab before the Ring of Fire chase you down, and it might just be a rusty dagger, so good luck with that. There's no checkpoints either, so if you wipe it's back to square one with new random bosses and loot. Team players can revive each other given the chance, but playing solo, you're out of luck unless you find a rare revive item, and even then it's a one and done. Some of the reviews on Steam are calling solo mode nearly impossible, and Reddit's full of posts simply refusing to buy the game until it's been fixed. The main issue is the challenge itself. It's not the satisfying challenge you worked hard to overcome in Elden Ring, it feels much more like a meat grinder that's stacked against you right from the start. If you're enjoying this breakdown of Nightreign's wild ride and want to keep up to date with every patch and community reaction, then make sure you're subscribed. The good news is FromSoftware is not simply ignoring this reaction and hoping it will go away. Their patch 1.02 is planned to drop next week and should hopefully give solo players a bit of a lifeline with the following changes. Solo players will now get an automatic revival upon defeat effect, letting you pop back up once per Night Lord boss fight. Plus, you'll earn more runes, so you can level up faster and maybe with a bit of luck be able to afford that shiny armor before the fire gets you. So this is definitely going to help by giving you a second shot at a boss, and more runes means you're not stuck swinging a twig at a god. Nightreign was designed for 3-player squads, and some bosses spawn waves of enemies that'll swarm you like ants at a picnic. One revive ain't going to save you from that. The patch also includes bug fixes, but apparently that's top secret and FromSoftware's keeping quiet on the details for now. They've also hinted at a duo mode down the line, which could ease the pressure for players who don't want a third wheel, but there's no release date yet. FromSoftware's quick response to this is a classic move from them at this point, as they've always tweaked games based on feedback, but Nightreign's core is still a high-speed team-based roguelike. There's only so much they can change with patches without a massive overhaul to the entire game. Nightreign's a marathon and not a sprint. Its future all hinges on whether players embrace this chaos or not. A full playthrough, beating every expedition and the final boss, can take 25 to 40 hours for the pros, but casual players or those with bad luck could hit up to 60 hours. Unlike Elden Ring's sprawling, open world, Nightreign's replayability comes from its randomized runs, but that's a double-edged sword. Some players love the challenge, mastering map spots and character skills like a speedrunner perfecting a route. Others, especially the Elden Ring fans, feel cheated by the lack of methodical depth. So what do you think? Are you thriving in Nightreign's chaos, struggling solo, or holding out for that duo mode? Drop your thoughts in the comments. For all its flaws, FromSoftware's still got my respect for pushing the boundaries, and I'm looking forward to seeing where they take things next.